In this video, we're gonna make Donley Cove gingerbread cookies.
Okay, well, I just recorded putting all this together, and the camera shut off on me. So let me go over all of what's in here again. There are 3 cups of flour, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of ground ginger, 1 3/4 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. So I was walking you through putting all this in here and the camera shut off. So basically we just gotta mix all this together, and then I'll take you over and we'll do the wet ingredients. Sorry about that, but you're probably kind of bored anyways. Watch me put those in there. But I did not drop any of it on the ground. It all measured out good. Proud of me there, Mare?
Are you making fun of me?
I guess I am. Mare always, oh, I just got some out of the bowl. Pull to Marianne. Marianne always has to give some to her homies. On the floor. Am I recording now?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, you smell that? Smells good.
When I opened the cloves for you, it smelled just like gingerbread cookies. I feel like ginger doesn't smell as much like gingerbread cookies as cloves do.
I think it's a mixture of the cinnamon, the cloves, and the ginger. It smells like the gingerbread cookies. But that looks like that's mixed up pretty good. Okay, so we'll leave that. I'm going to go get the camera shot set up over there for the wet mix. We'll see how that works. Did I get it on my belly?
No, looks good.
No? Okay. Okay, we're going to start working on the wet mix. This requires 6 tablespoons of butter. Oh, I just got it on the mixer.
Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside.
We add 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar.
Hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time.
Next we will add 1 large egg. Let's see if I could crack it with one hand and not get any shells in the mix.
It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa.
Now we want that to blend until everything is mixed in together nice and
No, he
smooth.
wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and fiddling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels.
Now to that we add 1/2 a cup of molasses.
Christmas in my heart. Here we go. All right. Now this Christmas, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance, 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 come on. Dance. We're gonna dance, dance, have a good time. Dance, dance, all night long. We're gonna dance, dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sanctuary. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
There we're going to put 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now that seems like a lot of vanilla, but I checked it twice. It is 2 teaspoons. Remember, these are very spicy cookies, so there's a lot of vanilla. Okay, we want to make sure we get all that goodness mixed in there. Scrape this off here. We're going to start to gradually add our dry mix.
Well, I've got news for you, I know you're waiting. Christmas is right here. Well, I've got news for you, I know you're waiting. Christmas is right here. Hold on, it's time for it to reappear. Well, all around me I hear children singing the songs that we all know. Well, all around me I hear children singing the songs that we all know. Oh yeah, the Christmas spirit's coming on.
Okay, I'm going to finish mixing that up, and then I'm going to break it up into 2 halves, wrap it in plastic, and let it sit for 2 hours at room temperature. And then we'll come back and continue working on them. There are 2, I guess you would call it half. It's not exactly half. I'm winging it. Our 2 halves are going to sit here for a couple hours at room temperature, and then we'll get back at it. I also changed out the beater. I used a different one. I used this one instead. The whisk one there at the end to finish mixing this up better. I don't know. Brand new. We just got the KitchenAid, so I didn't even read the directions as to which one you want to use for what, but that was a little bit better mixing it up. So these are nice and wrapped up, and we'll come back in a couple hours. Okay, so we waited now a little over 2 hours, right?
Sure. We watched a movie, so it has to be at least 2 hours.
Yeah, we watched the movie, had dinner.
Yeah.
So I'm more of a mixologist, so to speak. Mare's the one that actually rolls the stuff out and does the cutting, and a little better at that than I am. So she's going to go ahead and roll some out and cut out some of the chips. What are you going to say?
Well, it's just, this is the second time you've made this recipe, but the first time with the new mixer.
Yes.
Last year, Sean said he wanted to make gingerbread. He did not like my mother's recipe for gingerbread. I have always hated making my mother's gingerbread recipe. It was always so hard to make. Like, you had to cook part of it, and then like after you cooked it, then you had to like cool it and mix in an egg, and it was really hard to work with, period. This is actually a lot easier, so I'm glad you found this recipe. So,
but we're putting the recipe in the description.
Okay.
I don't think I mentioned that before, but
and we're gonna make
I'll tip it up.
We're gonna make some pirate ships for Donley Cove.
Yeah, this is why it's on the channel.
Right.
So
let's put a little flour down. And I like to make a mess.
Yeah, because you have people that clean it up for you.
I've got people. I've got people.
Yeah. So you want to roll that to what, a quarter of an inch? I think is what the directions say.
I don't know. I always make my stuff a little on the thin side. Everybody always made fun of me for that.
That was the stove. It's at temp. So these go in the stove at 375 for... Watch me roll while I look that up. And it's 375 for 7 to 10 minutes. But it does say in the instructions that only put one cookie sheet in at a time.
Gotcha.
We know that to be true with our gas stove, which is highly fickle.
Yes.
So this flour is not going to degrade the color of the gingerbread at all?
Well, if you have it on, if the flour's on it, once it cooks, the flour will be part of the thing. But I always find it's easier to roll it out when there's flour on both sides. And it's not really that hard to roll out compared to other gingerbread recipes that I've used. I'm just a little weaker these days.
Yeah, but you're getting a workout.
Yes, I am. Alright, let's go ahead. I'll try these.
You think they come up?
Mm-hmm. A little pirate ship.
Is that a little pack of them that you have
Yeah.
other stuff, but we're just going to do pirate chips.
Yeah, and I actually have Christmas cookie cutters too, but
Yeah.
we're just going to make pirate ships.
Pirate ship gingerbread.
Yeah.
You can use gingerbread men, but
I think there's a little pirate in that box too.
yeah, I think there is. There's a ship's wheel, a parrot, ship's hat, pirate.
This one came out really good.
That might be the thumbnail right there. Boom. Thumbnail.
Do you have a cookie sheet to put these on?
I do, but I'm going to have to put this down.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be right back. Got to get the cookie sheet. Okay, so in the directions, you can either grease the sheet or put it on parchment paper, but we're supposed to go with the parchment paper. I think last year we did grease these, and
They were okay.
yeah, they were fine.
I grew up never using parchment paper in my life. The first time I ever used parchment paper was with you.
So what should we call this, Mare? Donley Cove gingerbread
Yeah.
cookies.
Yeah. I originally got these to make them for you over at Donley Cove this summer, but
Did you really?
Yeah, got a little bit behind. I was gonna make Jell-O cookies with them though, but I got a little bit behind.
So if you guys can see that right there, behind Marianne, that big mound of keeps coming in the frame every once in a while, and I just pointed it out to everybody. Those are all the blankets that people have sent Marianne to stay warm. And you use them.
Yeah. At the beginning, I wasn't cold. I was hot all the time. But this last, like, 1.5 treatments, this was towards the end of the last one. And this one, I've been cold.
Well, you get the extremes. Like, you'll get, like, really cold, or you get, like, really hot.
That's true.
And that goes on all night long.
That is true. That is very true.
Yeah. And it's not quiet when you flip your temperatures, because either the blankets get yanked or thrown off. And it's like, ugh. Okay, hot flash. But yeah, now that the temperatures dropped, you're getting the chills.
Yeah. Yeah. That must be what it is. Because I really was not cold before. Like, at all.
So how many do you think this is going to yield? Roughly.
Probably about 30, maybe. What does that direction say?
That's what I'm trying to see. Let's see it right away. It says 24 5-inch cookies.
Okay.
So,
Well, these aren't 5 inches, but I don't think that they're going to make that many that big. But
they are cool though.
yeah. Alright, here we go. Take some of these guys out.
This is the first batch of Christmas cookies this year.
That's true.
We got all of our supplies today. That's why when I started the video, you saw everything that was piled up on the table. I've been spending most of the day putting everything away. There's stuff that just won't go away. We'll be using it here over the next week or so. Getting the cooking and the baking done.
Yeah. When I was growing up, we had a schedule. We made a calendar because we made so many cookies. And every day we had certain cookies that we would make. We had literally had a calendar. And there's still one on the...
That wasn't when you're... That was even when we started dating.
Yeah, I was going to say,
When
there's
I think,
even...
Mary, what do you want to do this weekend?
There's even
while we're
one
dating?
on the
And you're like, I
refrigerator.
gotta bake. I'm like, what? Yeah. This weekend we're making this cookie. This weekend we're making this cookie.
And it wasn't just weekends. It was literally during the week, too. Like, every day there was 1 or 2 cookie kinds that got made.
Yeah.
That's the fun.
Okay. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Alright, well, the first batch is in, or first cookie sheet is in, and you're working on the second one.
Yep.
They said they bake from 7 to 10 minutes. I think I said that already. Did I say that already?
Not sure. It does get harder to work with the more you use it. So always try to roll it out as much as you can and keep your cookies as close together as you can, because otherwise it's really hard to use the rest of, especially gingerbread dough, because it gets real, flaky.
All right. Well, I guess we'll work on the rest of these, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So when you take them out of the oven, you're supposed to leave them on the sheet for a little bit and let them firm up before you put them on a cooling rack. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, there we go. On the cooling rack. And we got stackable cooling racks, which are kind of cool. So once we fill that one up, we'll put another layer and keep on letting them cool. They smell really good. What's those cookies that you buy? They called like ginger snaps.
Yeah.
Like you get them in a box. It's kind of what these are like. Like we're not going to decorate these, right?
No. My family, we don't decorate gingerbread cookies. Some people like to put it on, especially for like decorating a gingerbread man or something like that, but we always like to just taste the taste of gingerbread.
So we don't have to buy ginger snaps this year. You made them.
Well, we made
We
them.
made them.
Yeah, you mixed them.
I'm the mixologist, especially for my new KitchenAid.
Yeah, you've always wanted one of those, and I used to sell them, and I was like...
You made fun of me when I said,
did.
hey, let's get one of those KitchenAid with all those cookies you make. It was like, we don't need that.
Yeah.
Of course, when we started dating, you used to chop up the nuts
By hand?
by hand with a knife.
I did.
And then I turned you on to that automated nut chopper.
Yeah.
So how would you rate like working with this dough? Like I see that you're struggling there somewhat a little bit. But do you have any tips or tricks or?
No tips or tricks, but it's definitely like a 90% easier to work with than my mother's recipe.
Okay.
So makes me happy. But I just want to try to use as little flour as possible when going to roll it the second round. So I'm just kind of sticking the pieces together, trying to squish
You
them
kind of
in.
look like you're making a cookie puzzle over
There you go. Cookie puzzle. It may or may not work. But gingerbread is traditionally harder to work with and it's drier, so it's expected.
We think about making a gingerbread pirate ship, like a whole pirate ship, like a gingerbread house. We got too many other cookies to make.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
But I do like these cookie cutters that have the like separate stamp, so you can cut it out and then start to stamp it and then pull off the cookie cutter part and just finish stamping it. I like that a lot because so many times, like if you get the cookie cutters that have the impressions in them, like a lot of those old ones, like remember those old red ones that were like almost translucent red?
Mm-hmm.
The impressions like hardly would come out because by the time you like squished it in there, when you pulled it up, oh well, you know. But this gives you that extra like, oh, I could put a little more pressure on that and get the impression deeper.
So how many cookies do you think you've made in your cookie making career?
Gosh, let's not even go there. Probably as many as the pictures I've taken.
No way.
Oh,
That's hundreds of thousands.
I've been making like dozens and dozens of each kind of cookie every year. Plus I used to like bake just for the heck of baking it, you know, back in the day. Now, not so much, but I even used to bake when I was a senior in high school. Our teaching staff went on strike, and every morning I would get up and bake cookies and take them to the picket line for the teachers.
Do you remember what kind of cookies you did?
I did the potato chip cookies, aka artery blockers.
Artery blockers?
That's what actually, that's what Jerome nicknamed them, my friend Jerome, because they take a pound of butter and you only get like, I don't know.
A pound of butter?
Yeah, and you only get like, I don't know, 30 cookies, if that.
Wow.
Yeah, so he used to call them artery blockers. But I made those, and I made coconut ones, and I don't know, just all different kinds. I made a pineapple one once for that. I don't know.
Now you could bake them however many you want because you have a KitchenAid mixer.
Yeah. Like I said, I used to sell those, and I said there's never a reason that I would ever buy one of those. And every year, Sean asks, can we get one of those? And I always turn him down. This year, I told him he was allowed because he was going to have to help me bake this year. So he got his KitchenAid.
You saw earlier in the video, you just dump the stuff in a bowl and let it do it for you. Done. So these directions here that we're going off of actually even state in a large bowl, KitchenAid's great for this.
Yeah. I know. I saw that. But I used to sell KitchenAid stuff, and I like the hand mixers. I love KitchenAid hand mixers. I have that, and I use that all the time. But never have I had a stand mixer.
Do now. A red one.
A red one.
Alright, I gotta get those other ones out.
Okay.
So you ended up getting 48 of the ships, which we're pretty happy with, because you predicted, what, 30?
Yeah.
So you got 48 of them. And then you ended up making some little pirate men.
I did.
We'll show you those when they come out.
They must be a secret.
Huh?
They must be a secret.
Why? Because I didn't show them? I'll show them when they come out, I said. I was like midway. She goes, you're not going to like film those? And I'm like halfway to the stove. So, and now you're just going to use up the rest to make little...
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So.
I did find that, like, playing with it,
like Play-Doh?
Like Play-Doh, actually made it roll out and be less crumbly. But it didn't even actually matter when I used the cookie cutters, because when I pushed that impression into them, it kind of like solidified everything anyway. So.
Okay. Alright, we'll show you the pirates when they come out.
Okay.
Okay, there's the little pirate men. Marianne made some of those. So out of that recipe, we got the 48 ships and 12 of the little pirate men. Okay, well, that's going to wrap up the Donley Cove. Why don't you grab one? Donley Cove. Focus, focus, focus. Let's focus in on us. There it goes. Maybe. Then it went back to you. Cover your face. There it is. Okay. Alright, it'll go back to us now. You gonna try it?
No, you're gonna try it.
I'm gonna try it.
You're gonna
Donley Cove
Gingerbread
Ship Cookies. I don't know what we're gonna title it.
They sound crispy.
They're crispy, but they're soft too. Soft and crispy, just like them ginger snaps.
Yeah. If you want them to be softer, make them thicker. I have a tendency to like really.
They're good.
I have a tendency to really.
They're not real
make them
bitter
thin.
either. You know. I think over time they get a little bit more bitter, don't they? As they sit.
I don't think so.
Here's another tip too: don't mix those with other cookies, like right away, until you go to serve them, because then your other cookies will start tasting like those. There's a lot of seasoning. You guys saw in the video, a lot of seasoning in these cookies.
It's
so.
true between these and peanut butter cookies.
Yeah.
And anything that has a strong flavor of its own kind of wafts off into the others.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Hey, pretty good. The recipe will be down in the description. And we got to call in a cleanup crew because Marianne made a mess everywhere. But that's okay. That's part of the holidays. Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, I need my cleanup crew.
Put it in a call to the cleanup crew. We apologize for the lighting because we're actually in our kitchen and our dining room and we have Edison lights in here. So it's kind of like a...
yellowy hue.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's just how it is.
That's okay.
Hey, if you like the series of us building Donley Cove, at the end of the video on our close-up, there's a link to the playlist that takes you all the way back to the beginning, and that you could watch all the way through of us building Donley Cove.
What we've built so far.
What we built so far, right.
Which is still a work in progress.
Well, we're wrapping up 2023. We've got a few more videos for you, and then we're going to probably take a break until mid-January. And but we have shorts coming out every day. And but if you like this series, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like this video, share it out. Check out ourhauntedtravels.com if you want to see some of the historical and haunted places that we've been to all over the country and territories. And we're also on Instagram. So you can follow along on Instagram. When we're out there at the cove and we're pretty active, we take pictures while we're out there and put them on Instagram because we kind of like we normally go out like if we're at work on the weekend and shoot maybe 3 or 4 videos.
Yeah.
But we only put 2 out a week. I'm kind of debating like in 2024 we do 1 a week. I'm debating that.
Well, that'll depend on a couple of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
My health, what we get accomplished, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. We got another video before the end of the year. We'll sit and we'll talk about that.
Okay.
But hey. Anything else?
No.
Do you like our little cookies?
I do. I purchased the cookie cutters because I liked them.
Did I mix them well?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Till next time.
Thanks for watching.
And happy hunting.